Co-creation is at the heart of everything we do. Hi, I'm the Lived Experience Director. I want to say a big welcome, and I also want to introduce you to Co-creation. In this organization, co-creation is at the heart of everything we do, and fundamentally, it is about working together as equals, in close partnership with patients, carers, and their families, as well as our staff members and our partners, to shape, develop all the work that we do across the Trust. Co-creation is so invaluable to how we provide care and continuously learn and also improve. It sometimes can feel quite messy, but this is only because we often need to negotiate transparently with one another, and some of the issues that we often find ourselves working on can be quite complex and emotive. But let's not be afraid of this, because when co-creation is done right, it often brings that creativity to address some of the tricky issues with providing high quality care. In this short video, you will learn a bit from my wonderful colleagues and partners about how we go about working together.
Hi, I'm Joanne. I'm a service user and co-creator, and I'm going to explain what co-creation within TEWV is. We have 5 levels of involvement that have been co-created by service users, carers and staff to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to engage. Shared decision making is always our preference. However, sometimes legal constraints mean TEWV makes the final decision. Level 1 is inform, where TEWV tells service users and carers about a piece of work, usually through email or post. For example, emails are sent to registered members about relevant information and upcoming opportunities. Level 2 is engage, where service users and carers are informed about a piece of work and asked for their opinion. For example, monthly meetings are held for service users and carers to share their thoughts and ideas. Level 3 is involve, where service users and carers work together to actively influence opinions and outcomes. A chance to become actively involved by sharing lived experience with working groups to help develop programmes for the benefit of all service users. Level 4 is collaborate, an equal two-way partnership between service users and carers and TEWV, focused on one part of a project. For example, to ensure a policy is working effectively, a working group of TEWV staff and service users and carers reviews, listens and learns from lived experiences. A policy is then amended or completely rewritten through this collaboration. Level 5 is co-create, an equal two-way partnership between service users and carers and TEWV to work across a whole project from problem, design, delivery and evaluation. This could include working together to develop a new role within TEWV and interviewing candidates, to designing a new mental health hub or helping to create and facilitate training for staff. The involvement and engagement of service users and carers is key to the development of all TEWV services. Everyone's mental health fluctuates. These wheels of involvement encourage and support our service users and carers to do as much or as little as is comfortable, depending on their own personal preference and stage of their journey. Their voices are essential to co-creation.
Hello, my name is Jackie. I've been involved on and off with mental health services since 2002, and the quality of the care I've received has been variable. After struggling during COVID, I sought help from TEWV, but given my previous experience with mental health services, I was reluctant to be open. I didn't feel safe, so I brought my dragons. They can breathe fire, so I would be protected. But the service I received was different this time. It helped. My psychologist listened and I felt understood. I learned to trust again, slowly. When I was discharged, she said the way we worked had given her something to think about, that doing sessions differently was something she would take forward in her work. And that was my introduction to co-creation. Co-creation, or working together, is a trust strategic priority. We invest a great deal of time to ensure we do it well.
Hi, I'm Hazel. I'm a retired nurse, a full-time carer, a campaigner and a public governor for the Trust. I work with TEWV Escamilla Valley and with teams across the UK to change laws, policies and guidance for better care outcomes. As an organisation, it is important for TEWV Escamilla Valley to not only focus on targets and measurable aspects of care, but on the fundamental principle of maintaining patient dignity, an immeasurable and hugely important part of the service TEWV Escamilla Valley provides. Listening to service users and involving them in decisions improves the quality of their care and has a positive influence on their well-being. We must work together to promote a culture of dignity and person-centred care. Working together is an ongoing process, not a one-way street. It is a living bridge where all the elements rely on each other, creating strong connections in order to grow. Starting a conversation is the first step to creating connections with new people. I found it can be as simple as chatting about my dog Alfie. It opens up relaxed conversation. People who are meeting for the first time might find they walk their dogs at the same place. For co-creation to be effective, trust in relationships must be developed, mutual expertise acknowledged, and a shared vision created.
Hi, I'm Fiona from our Involvement and Engagement team, and we're here to support service users, carers and TEWV staff to get involved in co-creation. We want to hear from people who access our services and their carers, from volunteers and from people who work right across the Trust. These voices are essential to co-creation and delivering effective services at TEWV. We get to know people who choose to get involved. We talk about the type of opportunities that are available and provide support and training to help in any way we can. We want the help of everyone who works in TEWV, not only to encourage service users and carers to get involved, but to get involved too. We welcome support and feedback about how we can continue to embed co-creation in everything we do, using any method that you are comfortable with. Let's embrace co-creation by working together. Find out more about how you can get involved by emailing tewv.involvementandengagement@nhs.net.